Okay, now giving you guys my picks for week 13 on this NFL season. So, Raiders, Chiefs by three. You know, these past 2 weeks, I haven't been pleased by the showing with the defense. Offensively, they can improve. So, I'm hoping we get better coaching, better performances. Please put in that tackle you guys got, because seeing the tackles get beat on every play and all this pressure on Mahomes and all the sacks, it's getting ridiculous. So, I'm just hoping for better all around again this upcoming week. They usually own the Raiders. Their quarterback is out. The coaching isn't very good. So, I think that they should win this game. But like I said, by 3, because they can't ever blow out a team. It's really ridiculous at this point, and so that's what I think is going to happen. And then Chicago Bears versus Detroit Lions. Detroit is going to win this game by multiple scores, and they're just coached better. They have a better offense, and everything that they can do there is absolutely insane. And then the defense is definitely better than what Chicago's cooking up, even with the injuries. So yeah, this should be at least a 3-score lead. I'm expecting that, and if it isn't, it's because somebody choked. I think Caleb Williams will have some nice plays down the stretch. I just don't think it's going to be enough to beat this juggernaut Lions team. And then we have the New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys. To put this on Thanksgiving is domestic terrorism. And I wish that we would have had a good game this week, but apparently we're just not going to get that. So I'm going to give it to Dallas. They just won the previous week. They got rid of Daniel Jones in New York, and they couldn't really do a whole lot. But I'm not watching this game. I'm sorry. I'm not going to put myself through that. There's better things to do with my day. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Miami versus Green Bay. And so I think that Green Bay is going to win this game. Yes, I know that Miami has been on a hot streak since Tua has been back. But you have Tua and you have Jordan Love. Jordan Love, yes, he throws those dumb interceptions. I will say that. But his ceiling is much higher than Tua. And so I'm expecting Matt LaFleur to go out there and outcoach the coach of the Dolphins. He's going to do that with ease. Their quarterback was injured for a few games, and they were able to and win games. You can't say the same for Mike McDaniel. You can't, because when Tua was injured, they couldn't do fucking shit. Okay? So coaching-wise, they're about to eat, okay? I think Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Tua, period. And I also think that the defense is really good there. So it could be a close game. We will see what happens and everything. But at this point, I think that the Green Bay Packers is just a better team overall than Miami. And this is probably going to be a really good game to watch. So I think I'm excited to watch that one. I think the Chicago Bears and the Lions should be a decent game to watch as well. And then Chiefs are always a treat. And then next up, we have Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. Pittsburgh, yeah, this should be at least a 1 to 2 score lead. It depends on how Russell Wilson does. It does, because he has some good plays. He has some moments where he overthrows people. He can't really run as much as he used to my understanding and everything. And so they might throw Justin Fields in there for some plays, but he can make some good plays when it counts as well too. And so it depends on what he does there. But overall, defensively, their defense actually shows up to play and win. You can't say the same about the Cincinnati defense, because they're fucking trash outside of Trey Hendrickson and maybe 2 or 3 other people. Anybody who watched any Bengals game this season knows that their defense sucks. And so Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to go out there and they're going to put on a show with T. Higgins if he's available to play this game, and they're going to do everything that they need to do, the tight ends, all that. And it's still not going to be enough because the defense is trash, and Zach Taylor is involved in domestic terrorism with coaching this team. And it was just really nice to not have to suffer this past week watching their performance. It really was. It was nice to have a break from the domestic terrorism that Zach Taylor's putting out every single week. And unfortunately, I have to watch it again. So I hate to see it for myself to watch this game. And yeah, so I think it should be like a 2-score lead this game. And if the Bengals get it done, I'll be happy, but I still don't think it means their season is back on track. At this point, I want the Bengals to lose every single game that they have remaining on their schedule, because I'm a fan of this team and I want to see them win, and I want them to lose so that way Zach Taylor finally gets fired, and they just need to clean out their whole front office and start over, get a better GM, hit better next year in the draft, and make some better decisions and extending Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and all those things. And I hope that they do that. So that's why I want them to lose every single game that they have remaining on their schedule, because I can't take this no more. I can't take it no more. Oh my God. I just went on a long rant, but this team has me so frustrated. Y'all don't even understand. And then we have Arizona versus Minnesota. Minnesota is a better team. They have a better defense. And so overall, I think that they will win this game. You know, it'll probably be like 1 score, 2 score, but they're going to win this game. Chargers versus the Falcons. Chargers just lost, and I know that they're really feeling it. And the Atlanta Falcons, I believe they've been losing the past few weeks. Kirk Cousins isn't really locking in and everything. At this point, I'm going to give it to Atlanta. I think the Chargers are a really good coach team, but just watching the game on Monday Night Football, the wide receivers fucking suck. So I don't know. I'm not having a whole lot of faith in them at the moment. And so yeah, I think Atlanta's going to win this game. Houston versus Jacksonville. I'm going to give it to Houston again. Jacksonville is just not great this year in terms of the coaching. I don't know why Doug Peterson still has a job in the NFL after they just got blown up by the Detroit Lions and how they've had a horrible season and their offensive coordinator is fucking shit. I don't get how he still has a job. I don't, but it is what it is. I think Houston will win this game by like 3 because Houston is decimated by injuries at the moment. And then we have Indy versus New England. And so I'm going to give this game to Indy because, like I said, every time I think that New England is going to win a game, they don't. So I'm just going to stop picking them at this point. I can't do that to myself. And then Seattle versus the New York Jets. The Jets are a dumpster fire this season. Aaron Rodgers just has multiple moments where he's not looking great. He can't really escape the pocket and make all these great plays and run anymore. And so, yeah, the team, the culture, all of that is just so cooked. It's unbelievable. So Seattle should win this game. And then we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Commanders. Commanders are suffering a loss this past week. I think they're going to make up for it here. And then we have Tampa Bay versus the Carolina Panthers. So in this past game against the Chiefs, I think that Bryce Young looked really good. I think he looked really good, and I definitely got to give him his flowers. He's starting to develop. He was making a lot of great throws that game, and so I got to get 10 where 10's due. I think that Baker Mayfield is probably a better quarterback at this point in time, and, we'll see what Bryce develops into, but, he looked good. I can give him that. And, they just won a game. So I think that they will win this game and go to 500 on the season. And then we have the Rams versus New Orleans. Take Matt Stafford anytime he's against a lot of these teams. He's a really good quarterback, obviously, and everything. I think they have moments in the red zone where they aren't able to do a whole lot. And multiple times when I watch Rams games, I watch him miss all the time in the red zone, so I'll say that. But New Orleans is not good this year. So I'm expecting the Rams to pull out that win. It might be a gritty win. It might come down to that, but I think they're going to win. And then we have Philadelphia versus Baltimore. This is going to be game of the week right here. Game of the week. This is going to be one of my favorite games of the season. And I'm just hoping it's as good as I want. I want this to be a really close game until the very end. That's what I want. And so in terms of who I think is going to win this game, I think the Eagles are going to win this game, and why. They have a really good offense, obviously. Jalen Hurts, you guys hate on him too much, as I always say. AJ Brown has been balling out, man. I don't know if Devontae Smith is going to be back for this game, but he's also really good as well. Their offensive line is strong. Saquon is high in the MVP talks after having over 300 yards his last game. And so I think offensively they have a lot to be proud of. They have a lot to show for it. Dallas Goedert's a really good tight end as well. Forgot about him. So you have that. Their defense has been good. Their corners, their safeties, they've just been locking up everybody. And the defense is really gelling at this point. And if you watch Baltimore, you know that their defense sucks. So I think defensively, I think that is going to be the difference, because everybody knows the Baltimore Ravens have a really good offense with Lamar Jackson. He can run whenever he needs to. In the passing game, he has improved overall. Derrick Henry has been a force on the ground this year. Wide receivers, they could still definitely get some better wide receivers after what I see, but they have some good plays too. But I just think defensively the Eagles are going to do what needs to be done. So I think the Eagles are going to win this game probably by like 3 or a touchdown. It's probably going to be a really close game, hopefully. So we will see what happens. It could be a blowout. We're seeing the Ravens blow out teams this season, so that could be the case, but I don't know. I'm feeling strong on the Eagles this moment. I think it'll be a really good game regardless though. And next up we got the 49ers and the Bills. So last year this would have been a really good game. It would have, but the 49ers decimated by injuries. Hopefully Brock Purdy is going to be back for this game, because the backup quarterback is not good at all. That was horrendous performance on his part. And they also had some other injuries, so I don't know who's going to be back. So I think that also depends on how good the game is, and also, the winning probability and such. And so you had that, but the 49ers just are not the 49ers of yesteryear, so they're kind of falling apart in no shape. And then the Bills, Josh Allen has been good this season, and he's had bad performances this season, like when he played versus the Ravens, when he played versus the Texans and went 9-30. And y'all trying to tell me he's top candidate for MVP over Lamar Jackson. Don't even get me started on that. And I think the Bills are going to win this game. I think that they're healthier. I think that Josh Allen is going to do what he needs to do. It could potentially be a close game. It depends on if Brock Purdy's in or not, because if Brock Purdy is not in, there's no way that they're winning this game with the backup quarterback performance. And that's my thoughts there. And then we have the Browns versus the Broncos. Give me the Broncos. Bo Nix has been looking better week after week after week. Sean Payne's a good coach. They have a strong defense. The Browns, every once in a while, they get a fluky win, but I don't think it's going to happen with the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to do what needs to be done. Okay, now time to go really quickly over my predictions for the past week, who won, who didn't, and update my score for you guys. So I had the Chiefs over the Panthers. The Chiefs won. I had the Steelers over the Browns. The Steelers lost. I had the Vikings over the Bears. The Vikings won. And I had the Texans over the Titans, and the Texans lost. I had the Lions over the Colts. Lions won. I had Dolphins over Patriots. The Dolphins won. I had the Buccaneers over the Giants. The Buccaneers win. I had the Commanders over the Cowboys. The Cowboys lost. And I had Broncos over Raiders. Broncos won. I had Packers over 49ers. Packers won. Cardinals over Seahawks. Cardinals lost. Eagles over the Rams. Eagles win. And then I had the Ravens over the Chargers, and the Ravens win. So that updates my record to, I believe, 161. So I'm really doing well these past few weeks. So I'm happy with that. Let me know what you guys thought these past few weeks of how the NFL's been going. And also let me know your picks for the week. Do you disagree with my picks? And let's continue that conversation.